Hey, what's up, Slunts? Joker here. Today I wanted to talk again about Rainbow Six Siege. Now, I already did my review on the beta, I also reviewed it back on the alpha, but we now are over a week into the current closed beta, and I wanted to give my final thoughts and kind of a plea towards Ubisoft to please delay this game, Rainbow Six Siege. The game is, in my opinion, not ready yet, and from a lot of people that I've been talking to, that I game with on a regular basis, people whose opinions that I respect very much, are all in agreement that this game is just simply not ready yet, and there are a few major issues that I think need to be sorted out before the game does launch. So Rainbow Six Siege, as of today, is set to be coming out on December 1st, 2015, which is just a short 60-ish, 2 months away from right now, and the beta is coming up on its last days here, and there's still some major issues with the matchmaking, specifically in Rainbow Six Siege. This is one of the major issues. There's really two major issues and one sort of, last issue that we're going to mention here. But the first of the major issues is the matchmaking. Trying to get into a match by yourself or with a group of people can be a serious headache currently in Rainbow Six Siege, at least on the PC. The Rainbow Six Twitter feed, their official Twitter feed from Ubisoft has been, constantly posting people saying, oh, we did some server maintenance today. They've been doing server maintenance almost every morning for the past week, putting out tweets saying that they have, fixed the server side issues on PC, and then, we go on and the issues are still there, and within 30 minutes, you see people all over Reddit complaining about these big-time matchmaking issues, waiting to just load into games and eventually just having it crash, getting an error code, or it just sits there forever, and then eventually maybe you might not even be able to quit out and you have to Alt F4 and hard quit down to your desktop. These matchmaking issues need to get sorted out. These are the types of things that I would have expected to see fixed or addressed in some meaningful way after over a week since the start of the technical test before the initial beta started on the 24th. So if they could get these, issues fixed by December 1st, that remains to be seen. But that's sort of one of the reasons I wanted to see them get this game pushed back, because I don't think they can get this done in 2 months. I mean, we saw how long it took for Battlefield 4 to get fixed, like over a year, from the time the game came out. And it seems like they're kind of rushing this to get out for that holiday release. And I know there's going to be a lot of trolls out there, or, the clamoring bits of Ubisoft fanboys. They're going to be like, it's only a beta. It's only a beta. So, yeah, to those people that are going to complain about it's only a beta, yeah, well, it's only a beta that for a game that's coming out in 2 months. So time is sort of the essence here, guys. They need to get this game fixed, and fixed soon, if they want to have a smooth holiday launch, unless they just want to release the game, hopefully get a big chunk of money, and then just walk away and fuck off, like Ubisoft has done with pretty much every game they put out for the past 2 or 3 years. Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed Unity, Far Cry 4. I'm looking at all of you. Assassin's Creed Unity, that came out about a year ago. If you remember, on the PC, we were meant to get what they called a tessellation patch, where they were supposed to add in tessellation for the rooftops in that game. Guess what? Never came. We didn't get it. We didn't get that tessellation patch. Still hasn't come out to this day. So where's that, Ubisoft? You have a track record of putting out games and not fixing them post-launch, so that's why I'm majorly concerned, and that's why the matchmaking is my first reason why you guys should delay the game. So the second major reason I think this game should be delayed is the netcode, the hit detection, whatever you want to call it, the tick rate of the servers, whatever you want to refer to it as. There are issues with, what you're seeing on screen and what the server is seeing happening in the back end, because you will see things happen on screen like you die, but then you see on the kill cam and like that guy was shooting at air and you were in cover. So what's happening there? The netcode is not good enough. I've seen actions and heard people reporting actions not showing up on screen until a full second after they've occurred. I've captured a little bit of gameplay of one of these situations here that you'll be seeing on screen, but they just really need to sort this out. You can't just have people dying from bullets that happened a full second later, because you're not getting accurate enough information. And in a competitive shooter like this, something that's trying to be sort of a competitive game, the 5v5 multiplayer only game that's going to be competing with the likes of CSGO out there on the PC, if you want to be taken seriously, these kind of things need to be pretty much spot on perfect if you expect this game to have any longevity in the esports scene. Otherwise, it's not going to get adopted, just because of the fact that your netcode, the tick rate of the servers, just can't keep up with what's going on in the game. The last thing I wanted to mention before we got out of here is the shields. Now, I mentioned the shields in my beta review. I touched on it a little bit, how they're kind of unbalanced, and that is still the case, and they really do need to work on these shields. Right now, you can have up to 3 shields on the attackers. There's going to be more operators announced when the game comes out, so hopefully there's not more shield characters. Maybe it just feels like it's saturated with shield characters because of the limited number of operators that we have at this time. But, you know, potentially having 3 shields on the attackers, which can hip fire like a fucking laser, especially when you literally put a laser on the gun and the hip fire accuracy just goes through the roof. They need to do something to fix the pistols in this game when they're hip firing with the shields. They need to add some type of recoil penalty or a delay or something. Something needs to happen to either limit the number of shields or make a bigger penalty for hip fire accuracy when using the shields with a pistol. This is just something I feel needs to be addressed. If you agree with me, you can let me know down in the comments below, or if you disagree with me for that matter, let me know down in the comments below. But that's really all I got for you guys on Rainbow Six Siege. Those are my final thoughts. I am looking forward to this game coming out, oddly enough, because me and my friends have dug probably close to 20 to 30 hours into this game. I think I'm a rank 27 at the time of recording this. So we've played a lot of this beta, and we're really enjoying the gameplay. The gameplay is amazing. The destruction, the tactical team play, and everything like that. The pacing, I think, is really good. Some of the player movement is a little bit too fast, like strafing and being able to move on the side of the roofs. That's not really kind of simulator or realistic enough, in my opinion. I think they're trying to dance a fine line of being fun versus, you know, tactical right there, and I think maybe that movement speed needs to be slowed down a little bit, but that's just sort of a sidetrack thing that I had to mention there, because one of my friends was complaining about it last night, so I wanted to throw that as a mention, because it is something I agree with. The movement speed is a little bit fast for some of the actions in the game. But I want to get back to saying that, you know, the reason why I want this game to be delayed and want it to be fixed for launch is because that we are enjoying the game so much, and charging $60 for the game in its current state, I think would be an absolute crime, being that it is multiplayer only. I wasn't really expecting a single player in a game like this, honestly. So, you know, I know a lot of people were upset that there's no single player in the game, especially since they kind of said earlier this year, we don't want to show anything from the single player until it's ready for people to see. And now they're saying, oh, well, there's no single player per se, but you know, there's no single player. You're basically just doing like missions, like the online with bots, and that's basically the single player of the game. So yeah, that really doesn't bother me all that much, oddly enough, as long as you can get the multiplayer to be absolutely perfect. Because if you're going to charge $60 for a multiplayer only game at launch, then it needs to be perfect. Otherwise, it's going to be Evolve, and we all know what happened to Evolve. Exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here now, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the Rainbow Six Siege beta down in the comments below. Love to interact with you guys and get all of your final thoughts if you guys have been playing the beta this past week. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Ta-ra.